Feature Friday.
The freshest. Hey, how's it going?
Feature Friday Plus.
Feature Friday Plus.
We were just checking. Oh, look at this.
I was like, what the hell is that? Where'd
It's like
that
a
come
strip
from?
full of power.
Is the what? Ding, sting, sting,
Yeah.
sting. How you like that?
Hey, why did you
Ba-da-boom,
take it from me?
ba-da-boom.
What the hell? Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. Is that whole sibling relationship okay?
No, it's that whole thing of it usually though is the
I
younger.
find something cool and
the
you
younger-
steal it.
No, that's not usually the case.
That
the
is
usual,
the case.
Never. The usual case is
That is the case.
the younger sibling.
Did we welcome you to Feature Friday Plus?
Yeah, we did, no? Feature Friday Plus.
Welcome to Feature Friday Plus.
But yeah, usually it's like the younger sibling wanting everything that the older sibling has.
Because we rule, motherfucker.
But in this case, in our relationship, that isn't the case most of the time.
Shut up. It was.
No, you look.
It has
I
been.
can have stuff you can't eat. You always want that stuff. You
Oh,
actually
well, shut up.
vicariously live through my food.
I do.
You know?
It's like, eat this,
Yeah, it's
enjoy
like-
it. Let me watch you.
It's like, let me smell this donut. She did that when we were shopping. You did that the other day. We were shopping and we did like this, you know.
Krispy Kremes are so good.
The
They
cashier
smell
was so nice and stuff. And
so good.
And it was a nice day, and then Bale pulls out this really weird stunt, and I'm like, oh, should we get donuts? So yeah, we should. Forgetting that you can't have them, because Bale's in this whole keto genetic,
Keep the diet.
trying to change your DNA, keto.
Ketogenic diet.
There you go. And she can't have like carbohydrates or sugars and stuff.
No.
So I go and buy 3 donuts.
It's not too bad though.
It's nice, crispy.
It's actually quite. It's quite doable.
Yeah, it's good. The only thing I think it's not super unpractical for me, and we know that by now, it's the carbohydrate.
Yeah, 0 carbs and 0 sugars are like
It doesn't
very
work for me.
low amounts of sugars and carbs are.
I need it,
kinda tough.
especially with the routine I have.
Yeah.
I need it. But for
Yeah,
you, I
but
guess it
Efra
works.
bought 3 donuts.
I bought 3 donuts.
And and I went up to him and was like, "Can I smell them?"
Yeah, she opened that box like it was completely normal. And I'm looking at her at the moment, I'm like, oh,
sniffed it.
she's just gonna have some, right? And then she just sniffs them. Puts her germs all over it.
How? I'm not exhaling my air into the donuts. I'm inhaling the scent.
You
of
think
the
you should have seen
donuts.
all that drool coming out your mouth?
Guilty as charged.
Yeah. You know, it's been actually a really fun week, because actually the last few weeks, new music has released very often,
Very quick. There's so many things happening.
and a lot of like new comebacks and like sub units.
New artists.
Yeah. Oh, did SC release the album? No, the album's coming in 18th of July. 13th of July.
13th
Right.
of July.
I was looking to try and review it today, but
No.
we're 2 days too early, so 3 days. 1 day too early.
Oh no, 2 days too early.
Yeah, true. So, yeah, unfortunately we couldn't get that, but you know, like Irene and Seulgi,
Ooh,
they come back. Juice WRLD Legends Never Die.
freaking epic.
Summer Walker, brilliant. What else?
Yeah, that's so good.
Like Gucci Mane released, and we'll talk about that one. Yeah, let's start with Monster. Seulgi and
Seulgi and Irene.
because they're
Irene and Seulgi.
it's actually a really impressive concept and a really impressive execution of an idea, lyrically and musically, into an album.
Okay, I just
Don't
think
you love when an album really has this not obscure, this really unique idea, and it really
It
comes
really
through the
portrays
whole
it.
way?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I think that's what an album should be, like a book, like a movie.
But I believe SM as a label really does that well. Like they really do capture a journey through their albums. I actually think the albums and mini albums that I have enjoyed the most
Yeah.
are done by SM,
Okay.
which I think supports my idea of they really know how to capture a concept and kind of carry it through.
Okay.
Not saying that is the only label that does it, because I mean JYP does it really well as well.
Yeah, we got 7. Yeah, they
But
do.
with GOT7 they really do like but it's because the boys are really involved as well in the making of the album.
Sure.
But as a whole concept, I don't know how involved Irene and
Diamond
and
is the name of the
Seulgi.
album.
Diamond.
Is it Diamond? I think that's just the name
I
of
think
the
it's
second
Monster.
song.
Yeah, I think the mini album is called Monster. I'm not too sure. Kissing my way.
Irene.
Monster.
Yeah, it's Monster. Yeah, that's the actual
Yeah.
name of the comeback. Just the
Monster.
second song is Diamond, which is
Yeah.
where we started reviewing the track.
And I mean, look at
we
that
watched Monster.
cover art. Let's just start there. Hot.
It's exactly what I thought. We should start talking about the cover arts more often. We don't really cover them. But yeah, I think it's exactly what the whole album,
Really
what
is
the whole concept of the album is. You know, sometimes you get cover albums that are
cover
just
arts that
cover
are
arts
just
that are just
artistic, or they just kind of like
aesthetically pleasing,
pleasing.
aesthetically impressive,
Yeah.
but they have really not much to do.
But they have that impact factor to them.
Yeah, like a person that does that a lot is someone like Chris Brown. Indigo,
Jinx.
right? Indigo is a good
Yeah.
example of that. Like, what the
What was that?
But indigo, that's what the word means.
Yeah.
You know,
Third eye,
yeah,
spiritual,
exactly. Kind of
enlightened.
it makes sense to some extent, but
Illuminati confirmed.
he really exploits that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Someone else that does it well, it's like
There's tons of people that do it all the time. I actually think this in particular really captured the essence
Rihanna is someone that really has a good grasp of.
concept with visuals.
Yeah, true.
But I think it's because she's a visual person. I would like to think.
Yeah, but yeah, the cover art of this album, it's exactly what I thought when I was watching the Monster music video, which was this
Reflection, darker side of each other.
this weird relationship between, because the world operates in opposites: love, hate, dark, light, bloody, 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 good, bad. But it's in
Yin yang. Keep
but,
going.
But it's in the
Black white.
but it's in that thin narrow line of ambiguity and sort of a
Complexity.
where we all operate. And your darkest desires
Yeah.
or your purest, lightest desires are all motivated by the same thing of good and bad. Like, should I want this? Is this good for me but bad for someone else? Is this relationship, do I love it because it makes me feel like crap, but then also makes me feel like amazing, like the only girl in the world or the only guy in the world? It's sort of, you know, the same idea of pain during immense amount of pleasure. You know, it's this sort of weird combination of
Opposites attracting each other.
and
yeah.
if you actually look at the colors, so this one's a very skin color, this one's a very red color.
Yeah.
So of course we know, like, red signifies passion, love, blood.
Yeah, but if you look at the eyeshadow the girls are using, the word with the nude lipstick is a heavier, smokier makeup, kind of smushed.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the victim of the story.
Submissive.
I would like to yes, submissive
Sir
No, the submissive individual. I would
of the relationship.
of the
yeah.
relationship, and then you get the other girl that's like very clean, very perfect eye makeup. Nothing's out of place.
Her hands is in her face, so she's in
Exactly,
control.
so she's controlling, she's the one inflicting
Yeah,
the chaos.
The BDSM vibes. I said it.
For real, I know, just wait until we get to like the lyric situation in this.
So start with
Apparently-
Diamond.
Okay, so apparently just to get a little grasp, because we don't really know a lot of
Red
Velvet whatsoever. And now I understand the name. Now the name makes sense. Like the name of the group makes sense now.
Does
They're
actually.
very sexy and velvety and like intuitive, and they're very inviting. So it kind of makes sense with this.
Flirtatious.
Yes. So Diamond. My point was that Red Velvet is known for being very flirty and very edgy and pushing boundaries. Okay. So Diamond, damn, the R&B is fire.
It is.
The beat is so good. The bass was doing the most in that track. It was very extra, and I really liked it. The vocal lines, they sat so well on the beat, and it kind of reminded me of like old school Jenny from the Block J-Lo style, like the vocalization a little bit, especially coming near the bridge before the chorus.
But you thought that was actually a sample used by someone.
No, not a sample, but like
The melody.
Yeah, the melody. There was a part there in the lyrics just before the end. They repeat a phrase. Yeah, and I was like, where's that coming from? It kind of sounds familiar to me, but I couldn't pin it.
I couldn't pin it down either. Maybe you know what we're talking about, like that, the chorus line.
It's not the chorus. It's just before. It's just after. It's after the chorus before you come into like a bridge or a verse or something. It's pretty good.
It reminded you of J-Lo.
Yeah.
No way, really?
Yeah, it really did. Like the R&B bit
of it.
Beat.
And beat. All right.
Yeah, and the vocalization of certain parts really brought me back to the early 2000s.
I said it's a good match of snappiness with long-winded sang sentences between Irene and Seulgi. Like I think throughout the whole album actually, but especially in this song, they do a good job of
contrast.
Yeah, and variety without it being like a rapper and a singer.
Definitely, I think they're so dynamic, and they really, the line distribution is really fair. Like you don't feel like, oh, you're hearing, oh, this is Irene or this is Seulgi. I think is a congealed idea. Like the two of them really know where to come in, when not to. So it's really cool. I really like them.
It just felt it felt really well made. Like at one point I always when I hear just vocal songs like this, sometimes the rapper in me feels like, oh, this would be a good time to jump in, or this would be a good time for a rapper to come in on. I really didn't feel like this on this song. Like they really did a good job of creating that snappiness in the song. I also thought like I wasn't a fan of the chords or the melody. Weird. It was, I don't know. I didn't feel, my feelings weren't in tune with it. You know, I'm someone, but I'm also someone that likes highly melodic stuff. This was kind of close to jazz in the way it was melodically made.
Absolutely.
So,
I think that's maybe perhaps why it resonated with me.
Yeah, so I said vibey if that's your thing. You know what? Definitely a vibe. But I felt like it is the right thing to do a jazzy sort of a feel or details to it if it's gonna be a sensual, breaking the rules, naughty yet wanting to be good sort of a dynamic. So it's a good track. I think that's what a track should do, whether you like it or not. You also have to base your judgment on, bless you, on this idea, Blair. Just once. Oh.
It will come, but you gotta stop jinxing it.
You gotta base a track and judge it based on what it was intended to do and how well it did it. Not just if you like it. You know what I mean? I think that's probably how you find also that your taste of music opens, what do you call it?
Yeah, it amplifies.
Amplifies, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, amplifies. it and you start acknowledging new things, and your music taste starts to become a little bit more open-minded and things like this. This wasn't a song I added to my playlist, but it's a good track because it did perfectly what it intended to do.
I think it just followed suit really well after Monster.
It did. Monster's a good track, man.
It's great, but it's high energy. It's a commercial track. It's a track that they're promoting the most.
This one not so commercial, I don't think.
Not whatsoever. But the dynamics of it really followed nicely with Monster. And if you haven't seen that, it's on the channel. You probably can go see that. Just click somewhere.
Yeah, I was really impressed by the response of people. Like they really also enjoyed it and stuff. And they also created, some funny moments and stuff, because when the monster comes on and it's...
You were shook.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, I'm not really into, the whole horror movie scene or, all that stuff, jump scares, not really me.
No, I actually think I'm into a little bit more of, the...
suspense.
I'm not much of suspense, but I like the
self-induced
mystical...
stress.
No, see, I don't like that. But
I thought why anyone would.
I like the mystical side of things, and sometimes it can get creepy. So
True.
like the creepy horror,
the best example of you is you like Underworld.
That's right. But Underworld sometimes is a bit too gory.
Without the gore, but the idea of dark
Yeah,
It's a bit scary, sometimes jump scares every now and then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Then the next track will be Feel Good.
Ooh, and that was so weird. Like the lyrics. Go ahead.
I think the weirdest one lyrically to me was
Jelly.
Yeah, Jelly.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Feel Good. I just explained it as a flirtatious beat and flirtatious tonality of the voices, flirtatious lyrics too. And I actually wrote it down that it's. I'm gonna go back to the 50 Shades
Reference.
which is really weird. I don't know why it keeps coming up to my head, but
It's because
50
it's
Shades.
so.
50 Shades soundtracks did a perfect job in creating that aggressor submissive and also that love hate,
And
that
the
pain love,
sensual, and the
sensual,
sensual factor.
which is what BDSM is, which is what this complicated relationship of pain and pleasure, is. So I thought the beat was great, and also the tonality of both of them was brilliant. And I said this is the best example, actually. Like this would have fit that movie as an absolute track. And then I also a good example of it is also you see it a lot in vampire sort of movies and vampire series, that relationship, because blood is so present always. Pain is part of it. Death is part of it. You know, extreme. You don't want to kill anyone. There's no good in there. But it's
But who's a vampire?
I'm just saying. But it's this vibe of and this idea which is very, very relevant.
It's a dark and mystical element to
in
it.
vampire sort of stories where, you know, we're gonna harm this person and we love blood and this is wrong, but there is pleasure in it because of their inherent need and animalistic instincts they see in blood.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's why the idea of vampires is so attractive to this day.
Yeah, it's even more interesting the fact that that's become such a mainstream idea.
Yeah, definitely.
An attractive idea for females and males.
It's just, I think it portrays everything that every
Dark secret urges.
Yeah, and I think this album really portrayed that really nicely. Like the toxicity, the twisted, the hidden demons, but like they're also inciting you and like daring you to try something new, open your mind and feel what you want to feel. Nothing's wrong here. You know, that very exciting new experimental idea of what a relationship could be, and they played so well to that whole concept.
It's a good song.
I said that for Feel Good, the shock factor was the first thing that appealed to me in the lyrics, but it was so refreshing because you never get to hear the side of the story of the person that's manipulating, the person that's lying, the person that is molding the other subject to their needs, to their wants. And I think I thought it was so refreshing because you never
part of the lyrics where he said, "I want to feel good unless you're not happy. Well, unless you're hurting."
Yeah, it's like
when you're hurting, I feel happier.
Yeah, she was asking, why do I feel so good when I hurt you?
Yeah.
Why does it feel so good? Why does it? And I love that idea because it's so, again, it's that whole dark concept, that the toxicity of that relationship. And I like that they play with that because it's not something that you hear often, you know?
However, I thought, even though it could be that, and I just went on a bloody rant for 4 minutes of talking about it could be 50 Shades or that sort of thing. I also, to some extent, think, which was confirmed by some of you guys in the comments, that this is actually an inner conflict within herself. So her urges are fighting against each other. So I feel it's actually her alter ego and herself, her conscious self, talking to each other. So it's like her subconscious and her conscious
having a conversation.
Yeah, you know.
And there's a bully and a victim.
Well, of course. But
of course.
Look,
Yeah.
One of the most interesting phenomena in psychology is that pain, to some extent, becomes enjoyable. Creating pain, to some extent, creates a weird emotion
and I think everybody can somehow relate to that, because we all have our own little voices in our head that are, you know, that sometimes are so negative about ourselves, you know.
Could be that.
Yeah, so it's like yourself being a bully to you.
Also,
And
like, why do I find pleasure in certain stuff?
Also true.
What's wrong with me?
The inner dialogue, I didn't even try, like, consider it. It's super good. And then Jelly comes along, and I said it's just fun, flirty, and sexy. It's
Weird.
super strange. I even the lyrics is like, oh, I feel like a kid. Why is this so childish? It's like,
But it's
oh,
such a
you're
grown-up concept, though.
It is. It's that. Is that like if I were to put this song Jelly into like an outfit, it would be like one of those styled anime outfits that are really sexy but really colorful at the same time and make you look really childish, but you're not childish at all.
What do you call those? Cosplay sort of thing?
Like, yeah, I would picture cosplay if I had to give a visual image of Jelly.
Yeah, true. I think maybe that could have been the video, because you mentioned that there was a video that, or a song.
No, it was on Monster.
They had to tone it down. Oh, right,
yeah.
right, I see.
But yeah,
I'd say let them go for them.
Yeah, but remember, they get blocked in South Korea for no reason.
Yes.
They get banned.
This was the other thing. I forgot they were absolutely like K-pop stars.
Definitely.
Because it was so like an international hit, I felt. And it was trending everywhere.
It was trending here in London. So that just lets you know,
I even forwarded the video. Actually, I did. One of my friends watched us watching it, like our reaction, our review of it, and then he went to watch it after, and he was like, I actually like that's the first K-pop song I've ever heard of, right? And I didn't know it was K-pop. Like,
yeah, it just felt so natural.
I just thought this girl was just Korean, speaking Korean.
Yeah, you don't think of it as a label, like this is K-pop.
Really, and now that we're like, you know, we did an EXO special, and one of the comments that stood out a lot to me.
Also, go check it out.
Yeah, that really stood out to me was SM, by the popular opinion on SM seems to be that they don't want to promote, or it's not in their plan. Maybe they do want to, but maybe it's not in their plan right now to promote EXO, or maybe other SM artists, sort of hugely international. Like, we're seeing other K-pop stars do that type of stuff. So very, very interesting. Very interesting.
I think for EXO,
Red Velvet is with SM. Super Junior is with SM.
Yes.
EXO.
Yes. NCT.
The Girls' Generation. Shine. Okay. So I think most of the groups I enjoy
are mostly with SM. Yeah. Vocally speaking, they do have a powerhouse. Like, they do produce amazing vocalists.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
For EXO, the EXO situation. This is my very ignorant point of view and my observation, but I think they've toned down the whole marketing and international marketing and stuff with EXO down, is because most of their some members are in the army, some are about to go to the army, so there's this
wouldn't
whole,
make sense.
So why would you want to promote internationally a group that's not going to be known for the whole of their active members, but just a certain number of members?
Right.
So I think that could create a lot of confusion if you were an international fan and you were introduced to EXO by this huge marketing idea. Like, I mean, it's not like they shy away from it, because they did it with Super M. I mean, Super M, their marketing has gone freaking huge.
Actually, they marketed so aggressively, they had backlash because of it.
Absolutely. I mean, so that lets you know that the budget is not a problem, and the tools are there to be used. I just think, especially with EXO, I think they're probably holding back until the whole band is back together. At least I like to think so.
But then with Irene and Seulgi then, or Seulgi? Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I don't know me and names. they did great in the trending stuff when they released in the Western world. They did fantastic. Like we have a lot of you
But
guys are
again-
from France and stuff, and like it was trending here too. It was
Yeah, but again, that's a subunit, and that
they're less.
they're less of a shock factor. Like they're easy to digest, and I think that's why they do it as well with, for example, EXO SC. They're way more Western,
way more, dude.
way more marketable in the Western world without having to involve so much money in the marketing scheme.
Right, because you think the shock factor is the amount of members.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's hard to digest, so you
Wait.
have to push it.
Right. Okay.
At least this is just my very humble opinion on it. You know, that's how I would feel about it.
Well, the only we know if we know it's right or if we know how other people feel is by saying
Yeah,
it, isn't it?
definitely. But
Say it. Keep talking about jelly. Sorry.
no, I just really like their really vocal power. That's just what I wrote here.
I don't even know how we got to EXO. All I kept thinking, I literally get all I kept thinking is Irene and Seulgi in like anime costumes for some reason.
Good point.
before we went into EXO.
How did we get there?
I don't know.
Segue.
But yeah, jelly. What did I write about jelly? I said jelly mama. I actually love a bit of jelly. You know what I
You
hate?
love a bit
You know
of
what I
jelly.
hate?
Jelly. Mama.
Flan.
Quesillo.
Absolutely hate flan. Flan can go burning hell. Hate it with a passion.
It's not
just
that bad.
awful.
It's not that bad. I think we were just oversaturated by living in Venezuela.
It's terrible. It tastes like bread and jelly. It's disgusting. It's grim. Anyways, jelly.
No, you may be confusing it with bread pudding.
Oh, that
You
also
also hate it.
also can go down the bin. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, so I said raw phrasing, playful, naughty, but I actually feel it's an inner this is more evidence to me that this is an inner psychological battle with herself. It's obsessively cute and overly cute, like haha baby you're so jelly. And because jelly can be sweet, transparent, and it can be shaped into anything. So it's morphable. It can morph. It can change.
Mm-hmm.
So it could also mean into that perspective that, she can, if she really likes being dominant or she really likes.
She can fit into any of his desires.
No, you're jelly. I can morph into whatever I want. I can put you into whatever cookie cutter you
good
come
point.
up. You know what I mean?
You're so right.
That's what I felt. What
Yeah.
did you feel?
No. I think
Go on, say it. Because yours is so
Say it.
different to mine.
definitely it's so weird. Our
It always
brains work
is.
so
That's why I love
differently.
hearing it. You shouldn't hold back on that.
No. I agree. I just didn't think of it like that. I just thought perhaps she just thought she thought he was, or she, or whoever she's referring to it. They were just sweet and they were hungry for it. Like them as the singers, the one that are talking about it, they were hungry for that person. Because what do you think
And those
about
qualitatives
jelly? Yeah,
are-
and she also says, "Oh, you're so delicious," and there's that whole play on like, hungry to change you, hungry to make you the way I want it.
But wouldn't it then say you're right? Wouldn't it then? Because at the end of the day, what do you want to do with jelly? You want to
Eat
eat
it.
right? So
Yeah.
wouldn't you feel guilty to taking a bite out of it?
Definitely,
So
and
then-
I think that's the
So
whole
it would
play.
make sense. Yeah, that's
the
not a
whole
bad
play.
interpretation. I like that one as well.
That's
Yeah.
the whole play of like,
I will destroy you as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
But they did state it at the beginning with Monster. I'm a little monster.
Right.
They did state it, like, and they did say in the lyrics of Monster, I love to instigate chaos. I love to be the person that changes
Walking that weird
everything.
line that they
I
say.
love to make you question what your next move is gonna be. So
See, that type of dialogue, I feel is herself talking to herself. Then,
also true.
you know,
I'm telling you, this whole thing can be twisted in so many ways. It's so freaking brilliant.
she has this overdeveloped alter ego.
It's
super
so
ego.
brilliant. It's so brilliant.
And then there's what is it? Like a bonus
Undercover.
track, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Undercover.
before we go on to that, what was that thing you said off camera? I told you, don't say it. Say it on the podcast because I want to know more about it. Sometimes, like, it's so funny. Sometimes,
He's like, shut up, I don't want to hear it.
yeah, like, don't say anything. Say it when the mic is on because I don't know.
It's useful information.
Yeah, and I think it makes for such great conversation because we talk so much throughout the day.
All the time.
I sometimes I'm a bit like, gosh, we should have gotten that on camera. That was a lovely conversation. That was great. I wonder what people think about that. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bring it up. Come on.
It was like you said, there's also meant to be another track.
Oh yeah, there's another unreleased track according to Genius.
Right.
That's called Naughty, and the lyrics are out. And I don't know if that's another track that's supposed to be released or a track that didn't make it into the mini album.
Why would they release the lyrics of it?
I have no
I've
idea.
never seen that.
I'm really confused about it. So yeah.
Be a secret video coming out as well.
No, I doubt it. Usually in mini albums and comebacks, they just do one music video that goes. Oh, unless they're doing a repackaged album and they do another song from the album.
Was it NCT did that, didn't they?
Yeah, but they had a whole 15, 16 song album, didn't they? So they did a repackage to resell it, to rank back up in the market. But so they released another music video from that album. But in a mini album, I don't think that's necessary.
Tell us what you think about that, because that would be an interesting one.
What
Because
they
the
do-
name is so blatant.
But what they do is they do a lot of promotional work. So they do a lot of TV shows, a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. They do a lot of like the making of the dance practices and all this stuff. This bonus promo work that goes with it in mini albums. So yeah,
Maybe 2 teasers on.
maybe it's part of like.
Have any of them? Because you know how like artists like here that you like, they sort of may play like a song on Instagram on a story or
Yeah,
something
like
like
tease it.
that. Tease it. Do like artists do that from the K-pop world? Because
I
I know
don't
the
know.
labels are a bit tighter.
Not usually, unless it's done on purpose. Yeah.
Right. Okay. They can't really just like Chris Brown. Remember, you know, Lady in the Glass Dress.
Yeah.
Like he posted that
Hit
because
a
it was
boom boom,
unreleased.
hit a Lambo, celebrate.
No, that's Chris Brown.
You better believe that I'm a.
That's Chris Brown, Joyner Lucas.
Yeah, again, he teased that. That was teased.
But that's because he makes it in his own studio, doesn't he? He can do whatever he wants.
I know.
But this song, Lady in the Glass Dress, he was still with I'm not sure with what label he was in or whether he was independent at that point. I'm not sure, I don't know. But he is old.
He teased
He
it.
teased it. He released. No, he leaked.
Oh, that sucks.
It leaked, but only like a minute of it, right?
Still sucks though.
And then he was like, people went nuts about it. Lady in the Glass Dress, I can see right through
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And then it's like, well, you always been asking for this stuff, so have it. And then he just posted it. So they don't have that type of control, do they?
No,
No
not
way.
at all.
Yeah.
No whatsoever. That
Yeah.
sounds like he was very independent if he did that.
Probably was, yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been crazy, though.
He's always been nuts.
I love that man. So
Uh,
weird that he turned comments off in his Instagram.
It makes sense.
And that he also posted Lisa in his Instagram story and feed me.
Freaking awesome.
How
I
crazy
mean,
is
why
that?
wouldn't you want to? She did it like he does it with people that cover his songs,
True,
stuff that he
true.
likes.
Yeah, he always posts.
He's always
Dude,
posted it.
Go to Chris Brown's Instagram.
And it's a feed out of like his
It's a
fans.
meme channel.
Literally.
It's a meme channel. It's not. Is his daughter? Rarely some promotion.
Like I dropped this. We'll find it out.
Yeah, and
Available everywhere.
then hit people falling from rooftops, little kids singing amazing.
Yeah.
People, it's amazing. Like his
His
just vibing.
Instagram is for the people.
He's vibing, dude. He's
So
really
I would understand why he would turn it off. Like, if this.
I think when
don't
you're-
want to hear. I don't want to see what people are saying about me all the time, or whether this post made somebody mad for some reason.
I think also when you're, because I've been speaking. I'm a fan of Joe Rogan and the podcast, his podcast, and he always talks about that, doesn't he? He always talks about he doesn't read comments. He's always oblivious about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that
I
because.
think that's the best way when you're that huge.
But I
that's the best
enjoy reading comments so much, and I always have.
Yeah, but I think that you evolve.
I think when you become that
morph.
big though, and
Yeah.
then you also have media pressure, like whatever you say then gets taken out of proportion, or
Yeah.
or different political parties take it on, or different movements and twist it, or maybe they accommodate it to fit their agenda, and now then you're an advocate for this agenda, and
Yep.
I think it becomes maybe then it's best to not follow the media, but not read the comments.
No, I don't think it's not follow the media because you need to be like everything at that extreme is bad.
Right.
So
So say you had 10 million followers, right?
holy crap. Okay.
Because I don't know how many he has. I think it's close to that. 10 million subscribers, right? and
damn.
you would have people on from all over the backgrounds, different perspectives, opinions, and stuff like that.
I would probably abstain from reading comments. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think it's the healthiest thing. Talking mentally.
You're not
speaking.
meant to see
No.
that many people's opinions about you, are you?
And I think it would also have an impact on how you carry yourself in your daily personal life. And I don't think anyone, like, there's people out there, famous people that know how to handle it, and they really like have created this whole persona of themselves due to that.
Yeah.
But I personally, I don't think I would probably abstain myself, because I wouldn't want to constantly be thinking and having these mental boundaries from people that I don't even have a clue who they are, that they're just
Or what mood they sort of type that comment
they're
on.
just in here.
Right.
They're just this.
Yeah.
And for a second, they control your whole mood and how you behave for that whole week or that whole day. I don't think is the healthiest
Right.
of options.
I think
Definitely not.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I have a blast reading comments. Like I absolutely love it.
No, me too. Right now, that's one of my favorite pastimes. But
No,
look,
right
we're
now,
in it. In
yeah.
a very small scale, like
Very.
tiny, minuscule scale.
Yeah. And I think also we're because I don't know, the comments are just amazing, and it's so helpful and it's so informative and great.
But
So
when you're so big and media is involved, I think
not everyone is gonna be.
and no, I don't think it's like that saying in back home that they say you're not a gold coin. Not everyone's
of
gonna
course.
like you. So those comments that disagree with you somehow
Through hatred.
can feel as if you're being attacked,
I even feel to some extent that, like, because Instagram is way different to like YouTube. Like Instagram it's because the whole idea of Instagram is so shallow in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just
It's all about image. That's superficial.
Yeah. But YouTube, there's a bit more depth to it because you can hear people talk for hours. You can hear people talk how they feel.
Ideologies come about, politics come about.
Yeah. And then that also means that people can comment more insightful stuff,
but also
spark-
have more ground to
spark brilliant conversations, debates and stuff.
Definitely.
But then also, as you said, have sort of more grounds to then, I don't know,
instigate.
Just get angry.
Some type of like feel attacked or
it's very
used,
tricky.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think because
What would you do if you were in the public eye? Would you read the comments?
if you
Would
were a Joe
turn off
Rogan,
the
a Kim
comments?
Kardashian, a Selena Gomez,
Well, you see it. It repeats in every single one of those examples.
they abstain from
They
it.
abstain themselves from any social
I don't even
media
know if they have
whatsoever.
time.
No, actually, I read this ages ago, but I read that like Selena Gomez, when she was like the most followed in Instagram,
Yeah,
her
I've seen that.
time was like her spend on the time
the
spent
app.
in the app was like 5 minutes.
Less than 3 minutes. Yeah, I
like
saw it.
less than 5 minutes daily, and like Kim Kardashian was like 12 minutes per day.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, I spent mine says that I spent 7 hours and a half. I was like, how do they not watch memes? That's literally
Well, you know
what
me,
I do.
I don't watch memes. You know
yeah,
me.
but you consume a lot of YouTube.
Yes, content. I think people know by now. My type of content is in depth, long, podcasting or not interviews, but sort of like people talking and
I would
lectures and things like that. That's why I like to consume a lot. And even if I'm watching like funny stuff, I like to watch the compilation of funny stuff.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know. I don't find myself scrolling. I find myself scrolling very rarely on Instagram or any other
That's
platform.
very interesting. I, on the contrary, I actually enjoy the scrolling.
Scrolling. Yeah, I know you do.
I love that. I actually think Instagram is the hub for artistic display, and I find it so inspiring. Sometimes I find incredible photographers and incredible outstanding writers and painters and people that are like going through their life, trying to figure stuff out. through art, and I am an advocate for that. So I feel like sometimes Instagram can be like this virtual modern gallery that you can like explore.
Yeah, depends what your feed looks like. But you can definitely make it that.
Definitely, like outfits, makeup, inspo, and my feed looks like that, and tons of memes.
Let's go on into another album that I really enjoyed today, and we really had some really cool feelings about it, which was Juice WRLD Legends Never Die album. Dude, you know, word of warning, this was a very bizarre experience for me. I mentioned it when we watched his
Hey the Other Side.
Hey the Other Side with Polo G and Marshmello.
And Kid Laroi.
And Kid Laroi. Which it's a very bizarre experience. It gets sad for me. It gets like gosh. So this was no different to that. However, I don't know, but I kind of got past it because the songs became so fire. But then I also feel like, should I be enjoying this? Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to feel when I hear him. I really find it bizarre.
Here's my generalized thought of the journey of me listening to the whole album.
Yeah.
Because it's quite a long album. It's like 21 songs, 21 tracks.
And it's a good point to address. I hate albums that don't hate them. But I don't like albums that...
past the 10-13 mark.
Yeah, because that means definitely that album could have been shorter. Concept is going to get lost. It's just natural. However, I do appreciate the fact that they are getting that money. You know what I mean? More streams, more songs, more streams, more money. So happy days. On the artist side and being on the inside, go for it. But when it comes to Juice WRLD, I actually have no issue. It could have been 60 songs long, because the more songs that we have from him in his archive are things that, you know, we saw different changes. We saw different Juice WRLDs in certain songs.
We saw evolution, and it's so sad.
We saw new things being,
Yeah.
you know, so at that point, you know, I really find the 21 track
it was totally irrelevant.
Yeah,
Definitely, I agree. In my whole generalized journey of listening to that album was, wow, this is incredible. I love all the songs. They have such a pop, a trendy thing to them, which is not pop, but he does this mixture of like genres that work so well with his voice, and he has a very clear idea of each track individually. They don't sound like the one before, which I also think is so difficult to create. You know, as a person who's been in a studio booth, who knows what it represents to like try to find something new to each song. Tell you that guy was gifted. But then he gets, and I was enjoying every song for what it represents.
Yeah.
Represents, and then you hear all this like voiceovers, but like
the interludes. Hard to listen.
Of everybody talking about how amazing and how great he was.
Hard to listen.
And that outro of him, you know, FaceTiming from heaven.
Hard to listen to.
Holy guacamole! My heart just went into like a whole mush of emotions. The whole album was so emotionally charged after you hear those disruptive interludes, because it just lets you know this is so special. What you're listening to is something so special, and this is the last of it.
Yeah, I think when you know,
it's like holding an elixir.
If I'm gonna tell my kids about someone, and you know they're old enough now to listen to our type of music, this would be something like this was his last album.
Yeah, this was the epic.
Yeah, like this was. I'll tell the story exactly. Yeah. This was who Juice WRLD was, which I think was the most impressive thing. Like,
I think that was the most Juice WRLD
that
was ever made.
Well, I don't know, because I don't know if this was actually an album he was working on. I don't know much of the backstory to this, so please kindly let us know. But I don't know if this was just a mix of all the archives that he's had of unreleased songs. Not sure. They felt, but he's always been able to do that, so I'm not sure. It felt like they all had the same mixing, the same equalizing, the same equalization, the same vibe, the same message. So it could have been an album that he was working on, and simply some songs just didn't make it. but I really felt like he was still alive.
It really is. I think
Which was the weird bit.
Which falls down on that idea of he will never die. That's what we got, and every time we listen to this album, we will have him with us. You know.
Yeah.
And in the lyrics, I think what made him so incredible and so relevant was that his lyrics were so weirdly relatable. Like, I think everybody has gone through whatever he wants to express, he wanted to express through his music. Always. Like, I think an angsty teen could relate. A person that's going through adulthood can relate. A person that, you know, like, in different points of your life, you can relate to this type of music, and I think that's what made him so great.
Yeah,
you know?
the highlights for me, I said, so, like, I was on track 6, and I said, so far, no song is a skippable song for me, anyways. They all fit the same vibe. You know, they sort of sad, misery, singing with a broken heart.
Yeah.
But it's not just about, like, failed relationships. It's about, like, a misunderstanding by the world of the world too, and with a voice that's kind of like with disappointment, worry, anxiety, with an aura of fatigue, which is what Juice WRLD was able.
It was his signature.
To bottle, yeah. He was able always to bottle up, even though it was weird that you would be bopping your head to some of the lyrics he was saying.
I'm gonna die. I wanna end it all, but fire beat.
Like, it's crazy. Like, he was able to capture those types of things. So I said, overall, brilliant beat production. That beat with a fat stumpy, that guitar with a fat stumpy beat to it.
Yeah.
It's so him. It fits him so well. The highlights were like Love Righteous, Blood on My Jeans is sick.
Blood on My Jeans was so good.
It's hard. Tell Me What Love Is, which I thought was a good little feature by, not little, it's actually a collaboration, I felt like, with Trippie Redd.
I loved Life's a Mess with Halsey. She brought such brightness and sweetness to that song. It's the one that follows Trippie Redd.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, his way of doing melody rap is great, for real. I think, and in that song, Halsey did a good job of making the feature work.
Yeah.
Because they have such contrasting vocals. And I just,
it
just felt like vintage Juice WRLD, you know?
It really did.
Prime Juice WRLD.
You know what feels so special, though? Whoever compiled, his team, obviously, compiled all these songs and arranged them.
Well.
Yeah, that was awesome. And arranged them. There must have been such an emotional journey.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, hell yeah.
You know? And now that I'm thinking about it, that just came to my head. And my favorite song was Up, Up and Away. Yeah, that's my favorite song of the whole album.
Yeah, Juice WRLD, the myth, the man, the legend. That one, the last song, which is kind of like
it's not a song.
It's an interlude. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was the most difficult bit to listen to.
Like, it was.
Listening to Eminem, listening to all these rappers talk about Juice, and this is what I said to you after we listened to the album. Was that Juice really did have the capability. If you look at the behind the scenes, his Instagram stories and stuff like that, he really had the capability to walk in a booth, making a song, hearing a beat, making a song in 10 minutes, walking out, walking in again, choosing another beat, making another hit, coming out, taking a little break.
Yeah.
And you could hear that in some of his songs, they were all kind of either one take or one idea in one day or in a few hours.
Yeah.
You could even hear sometimes tonality drops, and they would leave him because it gives that idea of Juice WRLD. You could even hear sometimes that he chooses one melody up. So I'ma put it in my mind, I'ma blow it up my mind. So he would always then stick with that and then put it on myself. I got guns, I got shelves. So he really just picked one vibe, one melody, one rhythmical pattern, stuck with it. Right, that's how you know he's really freestyling, because the words are just coming to him.
Yeah.
And then he would switch it up with something else to stick with that one, and that's so natural to him. He just mastered that so well that even someone like Eminem, a demon freestyling,
admired it.
That he not only mastered it, he mastered it at such a young age. Dude, that guy would be
so young.
A year younger than me.
Yeah, he was so young.
Dude, what the that is nuts.
Yeah, he did.
Special dude.
He found his sound and he found himself through music really early on. I would like to think so. I mean, that doesn't come, that freestyling capabilities and and the how comfortable he was in that environment just lets you know that he had been doing that for a long time, like if not his whole life. You know, digging, developing, trying to fit into something new. And I just love how visionary he was. You know, he really tried to change the game, and he did.
He created kind of
And
like
he
his own
did.
genre to some extent.
It's a whole thing.
It's a sound. He created a sound. How
that
wild is that?
Nobody else is doing it. Will do, and now everybody. Now
Not
there's
that no one
gonna
will
be.
do it, but everyone
Yeah,
will.
now there's gonna be people that will copy that trend and make it
Well,
better.
they already were when he was popping. You know what I mean?
But I would like to think that he created it. You know, that he
It
came,
it's definitely.
or that he was a pioneer in that.
I
So it's so incredible, and it's very emotional, and it kind of makes you.
It's rough.
It makes you consider life in a whole different way.
It's rough.
You know?
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
Other album that released this week was Summer Walker.
Freaking
It's an EP.
fire!
I
My
think
God, she was so good.
she keeps reminding me of how good she is when I just seem to forget.
Literally,
She
I
does-
just when you thought we weren't gonna hear, like I didn't need a new Summer Walker EP. Did I? No.
No, we had
But
it.
I wanted
like,
it.
we-
Like it when it hit me, I was like,
I needed
yes,
this. Yeah.
I needed this, and I didn't know. It's like when you drink water at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know that you wake up thirsty.
Yeah.
You don't know what you want.
Okay.
But then you have water. You're like, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I needed. You
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think the reason why we didn't need it is because maybe in the house I had been playing a lot of her previous album release
Mhm.
on repeat. Like I have a lot of songs I like from that album.
Mhm. It's a very strong album.
It's
though.
such a
strong
good R&B album, and she just lets me know new R&B, it's good, and she's a pioneer for that. Like this is good. Modern R&B, new vibes of R&B are good. It's evolving, it's changing, yes, but it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. The first song is Let It Go.
Yeah.
I love that guitar intro with just her and the guitar, the
Good.
acoustic guitar in the background. That slow build up. Oh, dude, it's just such a really great scene setter.
Yeah.
Like when
Good
great.
intro.
Yeah, it's so good. Honestly, it started so naked, so vulnerable, and then suddenly the bass dropping in.
She
and
likes to do that.
And the little build up, like the beat came in, but not really. And then you had the whole thing, and later on in the song, you were like, now we got a song, you know.
She likes to do that a lot.
So good. I really enjoyed that. That was fire.
She did it a lot in her Over It.
In her
album.
over album.
Yeah.
And then the second song
Yeah.
came in, and I was like, freaking fire. That male voice came in, and I was like, he was ready to F some stuff up.
Party?
No.
Next Door?
No. Wait. I think it's No One Noah.
Because when I was
Wait,
checking it on Google
Summer.
Music, it wouldn't say.
Summer Walker.
I'm just guessing. I'm not. Party must. I think I recognize Party's voice, and you were like, yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, no, but the second song is SWV, and it's No One Noah, the other vocalist, and
Right.
he
Good
came
job.
in. He came in to F some stuff up. He really did.
Did a
I
good
was
job.
like, dude, what the hell's happening? I love it. And then Party Next Door with My Affection comes in, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, I think that song just stole it from me. Like it just reminded me. Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was
This
like.
is what we love R&B for. This
Yeah.
is why we love it. Yeah.
I forgot those vibes for some reason. I don't know why I've been listening to Let Go, because I've been listening to such a wide spread of music.
I think this fits so well with the Hot Pieces by
Black.
Black.
Dude, yeah, you listen to Black, you put Summer Walker up, you've got yourself a night.
Yeah, definitely. Life on Earth.
Like
as
for
they call
date
it.
night or something like that. Oh my gosh.
Hot times.
It'll be amazing. It'll be
times.
amazing.
It's a hot EP, and I'm mad. It's just only 5 songs.
Yeah.
I'm mad at that.
Then White Tea wasn't a big fan. I was not a big fan of that.
I
one.
think I need a little bit more of her vocals.
Who was the guy?
No one Noah.
Oh, didn't like that one. I don't know what was happening. I didn't like it.
And then Deeper comes in to like shut it off. Like she really like that is signature Summer Walker. That is the Summer Walker you fell in love with.
Yeah. I didn't know what was happening in White Tea because I never got the sense of what he was trying to do. Was it a hip hop song?
Yeah, me too.
Was it an R&B song?
I think it kind of evolved.
I don't know. Maybe I have to listen to it again.
Yeah, maybe listen to it in a different set, like in a different mood.
Maybe with headphones on and just in a dark room, and I'll see what.
Listen to it, yeah. Let it tell you something.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those songs that just gets better as you listen to it.
And the
Deeper.
cover art.
What a joke, mate.
The cover art is freaking gorgeous.
Vibes, is it?
It is exactly what you would think. The whole EP looks like.
Well, that's how I'd love to listen to that album, to that EP.
In a car, over watching the sunset somewhere.
Yeah, like chilling in the roof of a car or driving.
It definitely. No, I would like to be settled somewhere.
Yeah.
This is a good camping.
Brilliant, you got it.
Ah.
If you're out with a bunch of R&B heads, play that.
Oh yes.
They will love
this
you.
is a good camping.
They would
little
absolutely
situation.
love you. I think what else released? Gucci Mane released. Unfortunately,
I didn't vibe with
didn't
that.
do it for me. I have a thing against, not a thing against, but I just don't understand why they do this. Where it's like, they have like this. Quality Control did it too. There were some good songs in Quality Control, but it's sort of like, the Gucci album is called Gucci Presents Icy Summer.
I think it's all experimental. I think that's what it is.
Could be. It's just so many songs, and I don't know. I didn't like any. I don't know why. I like hip hop. I love Gucci. I just didn't vibe with it. I think also
you gotta give it a second try.
Maybe I was saturated
digest.
with music.
Yeah.
That could have been. Maybe that's why I feel like it. Like I don't know why I didn't like that album at all.
Yeah, maybe I just need to let it marinate a little bit.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like sit on it a little bit.
But I am interested. How do you feel when like artists, Quavo did it as well, where he sort of just grabs his, features a bunch of artists and it's hard beats and bizarre deliveries, rough on the ear sometimes. I wonder how people feel about it.
Rhythmical tempo.
Am I not the demographic am I not the fan he's going for?
Perhaps that's maybe.
Is this
that
for
could be a thing.
sort of harder people, like people that are into harder hip hop?
I don't know. Maybe I think we just give it a second try. Overall, I think you and I need to give it a second listen and like probably give it a fair shot.
Love to hear that.
Maybe when we're working out, maybe we'll enjoy it a little bit more then. So like the mood's different. I think sometimes that could play a very like that could be playing against you sometimes when you're in a mood.
Could be right.
Like a different mood that the album's not.
I think you could absolutely be right.
Vibing with you.
But I'd also like to hear what people think about the album. I've seen some
point.
reviews and they're sort of in line with what I'm saying, but I'm just someone on the internet, just like that person writing the review, someone on the internet. So I'd like to see what sort of you guys think and stuff like that. If you've checked it out, if you don't, check it out and then drop us a comment.
Yeah. Right, it's time for some Q&A situation.
Yay.
Okay, so I got a really cool question here.
Are you gonna choose them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll choose them, even though I'm very blind. Yeah.
I'll read them.
Okay.
Because you're gonna, I don't know.
I'm
Change
just gonna
words.
make stuff up.
Which one?
This one's cool.
How did it all begin?
How did it all begin?
What?
YouTube channel wise?
Born.
How did it? I was conceived and born.
How was I born? I don't know, just.
No, how did it all begin? That's the question.
How did it all begin? The Big Bang. Evolution.
Whatever you like to
Jesus.
believe. That's not the beginning. Jesus was in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. What, Feature Friday?
Yeah.
How did the podcast begin? Well, good story actually.
How did Feature Friday start?
Well, Feature Friday began.
How was it conceived?
Because we would come home. I would come home after training,
I will
really,
come
really hard,
home from
really, really tired.
performing.
Bali would be home from performing. The house would be alone, empty, and we would find ourselves in this couch, or in the other couch, vibing to beats,
Yeah.
just beats, on the internet.
Yep.
And we will find ourselves just vibing to them, and we will start creating, just making songs, just riffing, just singing, and then we would stop, and then we would grab instruments and start making music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we found all these producers and all these other artists that were kind of doing the same, and we were like, damn, some of these guys are amazing. Wouldn't it be cool if we start listening to music from all over the world and artists that we would never know, but now we know about them because we were just, I don't know, kind of actively searching for them. So,
yeah.
and then the idea started to evolve, and we started doing it every Friday, where, you know, Feature Friday was all about, you know, it was all about featuring producers and beat makers and artists, listening to music, and then it evolved. We did season 1, which was
17.
2018.
18.
Oh,
it was the end of 2017.
Yeah, it was the end of 2017, and yeah, that was a hell of a journey. You know, we did it every week, we miss a week.
It's like trying to get along with the whole idea of
the idea had to mature.
Yeah, like familiarizing ourselves with what it's like to
And the idea,
create YouTube videos, like what it's like to edit and post and interact and whatever, you know, how the platform behaves.
Very slow start, and then season 2 came along last year, and we were more comfortable making music again by our own means and our own production, collaborating with hundreds of producers and beat makers and stuff. And then it started evolving into this idea of let's really start tapping into different industries and different world music heavily.
I think it began with the whole search for inspiration in other markets, like in other music industries that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
And Monica was a huge part of that, because she was like, dude, you gotta listen to this Korean artist, and I was like, what the hell, what are you talking about? And then obviously that evolved into people from all around the world with amazing have seen music. It, like amazing music, and I think having a podcast really opened up those the opportunities to voice our opinions.
Because before it wasn't a podcast. Before it was more like a
little show, 10 minute show thing.
And we actually felt imprisoned.
Yeah, we felt like we didn't have enough freedom, and Nefra was like, but why do we feel like this if we're the ones that are making this? Like, why
we make our own rules, you know?
Yeah, so why are we putting ourselves limits? Like, let's just put our thoughts and ideas out there. Let's see what the people think about it. Yeah. And well, thankfully you guys have been incredibly responsive in a very positive way. And,
to some extent, yeah.
And we're still growing. Like, the journey just started. I feel like after 2 years of doing YouTube, I think this is the first time where I feel like we're finally beginning to some extent, you know. And it's like it's really interesting. I love having this little platform, this little ecosystem.
That's what I mean about the comment section and stuff like that. It's like I value it so much.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for it. I think it's my favorite pastime, reading comments. Yeah.
And then because it was in a podcast, and then also it was. Yeah, you know that we had so much stuff going on as well at the moment where.
Then I got injured, and
it was
I just
very
couldn't
hard.
do anything.
It's very hard to put a lot of time into this, you know. I was doing not only modeling and content creating and training full time. There was so much more going on, and it sort of, I always say, timing is everything.
Yeah,
life.
So I think the right moment, and the right pieces of the puzzle really do fit in. Yeah. Like, they really do. Sometimes they just click. And for me, I think being injured and not being able to do what I love the most really pushed me to find new things to do
That you could do.
that I could actually do and feel like I was doing something productive with my life. And I think YouTube came along in a really good time.
Yeah, because I think some of you now know that we,
Sorry.
this is the first time we've gone independent in this sense. But we, TV, we've been involved in TV and music for all our lives. So this was really the first time where we have like, this time there's no producer, this time there's no one that makes it happen.
Yeah, there's nobody who's writing a script for you. There's nobody in your ear telling you, you can't say this, you can't say that.
Yeah.
You have to set the lights, you have to set the cameras, you have to find the content that you're gonna talk about, you have to do the research. You are literally just the two of us, and obviously my parents, they help so much.
Which makes you
super grateful for the process.
Oh no, we adore you, guys. We feel I feel like and a comment really hit it on the nail, the head of the nail on the head.
It hit the nail on the head.
That's it. Which it felt like you guys were chilling with us, and you were chilling, and we were chilling with you. That's my objective.
That's the most wholesome thing that anyone could have said, because that's exactly what we wanted to create.
So that means,
Woo!
I hope you are enjoying, and you've no idea how much we appreciate you. Who edits the videos?
I do. I edit everything.
When did you start singing?
I started singing I would say professionally since I was like 5 years old. I think the first time I got paid, I was 5 years old.
And Feature Friday was my idea.
That's true. Feature Friday was Efra's idea. That's true.
Yeah, go
on. Yeah, it's your baby.
It is my baby, yeah.
It is.
But you're making it happen, mate, so go on, keep going.
Yeah, I think the first time I got paid for singing professionally, I was 5 years old, and then I haven't stopped since. I think my mom has a cassette tape of me singing when I was a year old.
Oh. Really? I've never seen that.
Yeah, and no, I've heard it, and when I was like 11,
I have heard it.
And I was like, Casa Minita, 1, 2, 3, Casa Minita. And I was supposed to be saying Casa Bonita, as in like pretty house.
Yeah.
But I was so small, and I was like, Casa Minita, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's really cute.
Will we... what's the best way to start the day?
For me, it is. I love mornings. I love waking up early. I adore life in the morning. I love it without any substance, and that includes coffee. I just love it. I just love waking up early, feeling happy about life. And I would think my ideal morning would be getting up, working out a little bit. Not that I do it often. I'm not gonna BS you about it. I don't do it often, but I do like to. A good morning would be when I have enough time. I wake up, I work out, I do a little bit of yoga, and then I would have a cup of coffee, shower, breakfast. That is my ideal morning. That's the pinnacle of it. I love that. That doesn't happen often, actually, but when it does, I just feel in zen, like everything's in control.
You don't find though, like if you had your perfect morning every morning, it wouldn't be perfect anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Weird, isn't it?
It is weird.
Yeah, there was this exercise became very popular, like amongst life coaches, which was think of your, whatever that means. Think of your ideal day, and your objective is to try and make your ideal day happen, right? It's a good exercise, makes sense. But then I always thought, well, if I had the perfect day every day,
then it wouldn't be perfect
it'd be
anymore.
bloody boring.
Yeah, it's that like Squidward when he moved to that perfect Squidward
It gets
land.
weird. Yeah, it gets weird.
He was like, yeah, fun. Everybody's like me. It's exactly what I wanted.
But realistically, that would never happen because life is so unpredictable and there's so many variables.
Exactly.
It just would never happen.
But that would be that is my perfect morning. I think the best way to wake up is just
nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy.
No, exactly. Just be. I'm just naturally grateful. Like I just wake up and I'm like, yes, life. I don't know why. I just love it. I love mornings.
You get that from mum.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, good morning, everybody.
Definitely get that from my mother. Yeah.
Something really bad has to happen for me to be like,
yeah.
No.
That's why I stay myself now from reading the news in the morning.
I don't. I never ever read the news unless it's something like is made its way through my social media or
I had
something.
to break that habit because it really does piss my day off.
I don't.
What does my perfect day look like? Or my perfect morning?
No,
or what's the best start to the day?
Yeah.
For me?
Music.
Yeah, and just waking up on whatever time you want to wake up. Operating at your own time, like your own rules. That's the best day that's the best time. Eat whatever you want. Have fun with whatever you eat. Listen to whatever you have. Have fun with whatever listen to whatever you're listening to.
Go to sleep at whatever time, get up at whatever time.
Dangerous way of thinking, but yes.
But yes.
It is a dangerous way of operating.
Yeah, definitely, because then you have no boundaries.
And, it's also not realistic. But that is... I think it just for life in me, it's doing whatever I want to do. Which, again, dangerous way of operating.
But we already know you.
Yeah, so it's that... I think that'll be the best way to start the morning.
Just listening to music.
And I think maybe in the healthiest way then would be control what you can control to make it into what you want to be. So
this was such an intricate answer to such a simple question. What's the best way to get up in the morning? Ephra, freaking psychology facts.
No, I think the healthiest way, because say you're in school or university, right? Your schedule is being chosen for you.
Yeah.
And this is the best for you.
Yes.
Right? So temporary angriness in the morning or temporary not being the happiest. Discomfort will be paid off. It's a necessary sacrifice for your improvement.
Yeah.
However, you can improve, like if you go to bed earlier, you wake up better. You can have an amazing breakfast. If you actually don't wake up late, you can listen to all the music you want if you have good headphones. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So controlling things you can control, I think that's probably, for me, is that. Controlling what I can control. Luckily, I'm in a position now where I can do whatever you want.
Fair enough.
Last question?
Yeah.
Are you twins?
No.
We get that one a lot, actually.
So
do we look alike?
Yeah, we get that
See,
a lot.
I had long hair.
No,
Someone put long hair on me.
I actually have a screenshot of you as converted as a girl.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
It's very funny. You're a very pretty girl.
It's scary.
No, we're not twins. We do get that a lot though.
Lately, we've gotten that a lot lately.
I don't know what you guys see. I don't see it, but no, we're not twins. Ephra's youngest. Okay, he's the young fella.
People were like, "Oh my gosh, he's the youngest."
Oh my god, he's the youngest, and I'm like, yes. Can you not see the maturity?
You are. You like in real life though. You are way more mature. Like you know how to cook. You know what I mean. You know how to do grown-up stuff.
Skills.
Yeah, I don't.
I just think my personality is like I'm a very mente polla personality. Like how you say that. I let my inner child.
Just a bit childish,
free.
but it's fun though. That's fun. I think most people should be like that.
I just don't think like there's enough stress.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, you work ethic and stuff like that. Performing, you're brilliant. You're like an adult. Like
oh my
an
god.
adult.
25 years old. It took 25 years for you to say that.
That's not true. I wouldn't even be alive in 25 years.
No, it took 25 years for you to say
I've only been alive for 22.
Ah, good point. Well, it took 22 years for you to say that.
Oh my god. That's not true. I compliment you all the time.
I know. We actually have a really cool relationship, you and I.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we have fun.
It's
We
fine.
have fun being stupid together.
Yeah, literally. Anyways, man, let's call it there. Fun pod. Peace.
Bye bye.
Sup, people? If you're a dancer. Sup, people? If you're watching this and you're a rapper or a beat producer,
A singer, a ghostwriter, or even just somebody who likes new music,
then this is for you.
Feature Friday is the show where we make new music every week featuring your tracks, your raps, your lyrics, or yourself as an artist.
There's no catch. This isn't one of those weird posts where you click on the website and you're trying to order AirPods and they say it's free and then you have to pay like $100,000 million for shipping. This is completely free. We understand how difficult it is in the music industry to get seen, and there's so many amazing rappers and singers and beat producers out there. So this is just a place to showcase your skills. We showcase our skills. We make music every week, which we love doing anyways. We get to show new artists to new people and new people to new artists.
So if you'd like to get featured next, message me here on Instagram or email me and we will get in touch pretty soon.
Please do it fast because a waiting list is forming and we don't want anyone waiting around. Keep scrolling by.
See you Friday.
Peace.
Bye bye.